So, time ago, probably like a couple of years ago, I have a friend that lives in Canada, and he was having a hard time. He was kind of in a difficult moment in his life, and he was having trouble getting a good, stable job. And so I sent him. I put together. I had a small box. I put an MP3 player. I had CDs full of audios with self-help and stuff like that. Um, and I put all that stuff together and I sent it to him. The MP3 player had, of course, the headphones. I even have a small speaker, because he told me, he said, you know what, my car, the CD player doesn't work. So I say, all right, well, I give him a speaker so he can listen to it while he's driving. So I put that thing together and I sent it to him. After that, he received it. He said, hey, thank you, I'm gonna listen to all that stuff. I really appreciate it. All right. After that, he never mentioned anything about it. He never say, hey, you know what, Mauro, I listened to this audio, or I listened to this thing, or this CD, or this, you know. He never told me about anything that he listened to. I put even, yeah, I even put a list. I text him a list of YouTube videos that I say, you know what, this conference is really good, this talk is really good, tech talk is really good, this one. I mean, I did all that for him to help. He never came back to me saying, you know what, I watched this video and it's really good. I'm gonna, or he never told me that he was doing changes to the way he was doing things. I'm changing this. I'm starting to think in a different way on that. I'm approaching this in a different way. Nothing. I didn't want to mention anything. I was thinking, okay, I already did what I could. I want to see if it comes from him to say something about it. Never, never. We talked on the phone probably every 2 weeks, at least a couple of times a month. But sometimes we had like long talks, and he never mentioned anything. He never said anything, guys. Never say, hey, you know what? I'm changing this. I'm doing this. I like this audio now, or I watched this video and it's really making me think. No, nothing. No talk about that. It's always talking. Oh, I'm looking for a job, but I haven't been able to. And no, I still, I met this girl, but nothing happened. And I met this other one, and nothing happened either. And I don't like this one, and because of this, and I don't like that one because of that. And I'm like, well, what do you do on the weekends? I mean, what do you do? He was injured for like months, for like 4 or 5 months. He had a pretty bad injury. He had to stop working for several months, and he was getting paid by the government. So I was like, well, what are you doing all this time? When that you don't work? And so, oh, well, nothing. I just chill out. At home, and I buy my friends come over on the weekends. Like Saturday afternoon or Fridays, and we play video games until late at night and stuff. And then yesterday he sent me a text and say, hey, you know what, I just turned 43 and life didn't turn out the way I wanted. That's too bad, but what to do? And I was like, I was really pissed. I was like, I got back to him and I say, I just left a message to him saying, okay, because he was saying, I'm 43 and it's too late, and life is, life didn't turn out the way I wanted. So, and I said, you know what? First, you're 43. You're halfway probably the life that you're going to live. So it's not late. It's never late to get better. It's never late to dream and improve. And I say the second one is life. It's not life that didn't turn out the way you wanted. It's you that didn't turn out the way you wanted. And why is that? Because you didn't do anything. You haven't done anything to change your life. You haven't done any changes. You have not changed the way you think. You have not changed the way you, let's say, looking for different jobs. Instead of probably, if you had trouble finding a job, instead of just applying a couple of places, well, take the whole day and say, well, I commit to apply at least in 20 places today, or 30 places. You're not changing the way you're approaching things in any way. Life is being the same. Life is being routine. So how do you expect things to change? It's not that life didn't turn out the way you wanted. It's that you didn't turn out the way you wanted because you haven't done anything about it. I mean, you're sitting there and expecting that life is gonna give it to you, and all of a sudden you're gonna say, okay, let's be nice to this guy. Let's give him some money and let's give him more opportunities. It's not gonna happen like that, and certainly it's not gonna happen if you're if you're sitting in the couch and playing video games, if you have all that time off, you know, in injuries and stuff, well, you know what? You have all the time in the world to say, those 5 or 6 months that I didn't work, I am gonna spend every single day just investing in myself, doing whatever you can. You just need a computer. That's all you have, and he has it. You know, imagine that opportunity of having months to say, I am going to reprogram my mind every single day. I'm gonna do a transformation, and every single day, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna listen to audios, I'm gonna watch conferences, anything I need to do every day to get better. And I guarantee you, by the end of those 5 or 6 months, or even if it's just 1 month, guys, you're a different person. Something is gonna change. No. And I was like, you know what? It didn't turn out the way. So that really pissed me off. And I told him, you know what? We'll talk later on the phone, but this is all I have to say, and I left that message. I really like it. Second time happened again with a friend of mine that he was starting to work on the real estate. And I say, okay, I bought a ebook on Amazon, and I sent it to him, written by one of the guys that is one of the best real estate businessmen, you know, in the world, you know. So the guy one of the books that he wrote, I bought an ebook and I sent it to my friend. I sent the email with the link. He never read it, never. And that's why I say, I sent you that book more than a year ago, and you never read it. Oh yeah, I still have to read it. Say no. Say don't answer with stuff that you think is gonna make me feel, oh, okay, well, I don't care. At this point, I don't care. I'm just saying, if you are where you are right now, it's because you wanted to be there. You want to be there. If you hate your life, if you hate your job, if you hate the position where you are, if you don't like where you live, if you hate being broke or whatever it is, you want to be there. As well as you don't do anything, that's what you want. That's what you're working for every single day. To stay there, to be average, to be mediocre. So don't complain. You know, that's that's my message, guys, is you can lead the horse to the creek, but if the horse doesn't want to drink water, he's not gonna do it. You know, he's just not gonna do it. And you have to think, we all are the horse in many situations. We are the horse. We know that we have the chance to get better at something that we haven't worked on, and we're not doing it. So think about it. What things in your life are you the horse in the story? In what things in your life are you the person that has the chances to get better, and you haven't done it? Because thankfully we have the internet nowadays, guys. Back in my days, we didn't have internet. If you wanted to get better, you had to go to the library, and that was in a certain way a limited place with resources to get better. You only had a certain number of books. But nowadays, you don't. You have the internet. You have you have everything in your hands to get better. You have tons, thousands, or hundreds of thousands of books. You have conferences. You have audios. If you have a computer in your hands, guy, you have no excuse to be ignorant or to say, I don't know how to start it. I don't know what to do. We have our world, the world in our hands nowadays. So just think about it. Are you being the horse of the story? Is it something that you're not working on? All right. Okay, guys. Well, I hope it helps. Please give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.